Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. If you like watching podcasts, well, ours is a video component. You can just go to YouTube or Twitch, just hammer that subscribe button, and you can watch us every Monday through Friday.
And speaking of subscribing, we have a subscription service called BDMs.
Yes.
A lot of you are familiar with it.
Our most loyal listeners, the people that have been with us for a very, very long time. They get extra shows, private parties.
We do a BDM Appreciation Week coming up in April 2025. We're already planning the party, planning the shirts.
I got to email our entertainment, make sure she's still on board.
Yeah. We're looking to expand the Appreciation Week, add in some bigger, grander prizes for BDMs.
And we're going to make it a month. It'll be 3 weeks, almost a month, like right under a month, 3 weeks long.
Now, so far, it hasn't worked getting any new BDMs.
We lose them because
they get
what
mad.
happens is, and I'll tell our guests, what happens is we remind them that they're still subscribed, and then they go, oh, I need to cancel that. And then they cancel it. So,
it would probably be best if we never talked about it.
Be quiet.
But where you don't do that.
You know what? Planet Fitness has it right because they don't talk about it, but they also reward you with a small silent tube of Tootsie Rolls as you walk into the bathroom. It's right there in the center.
Let's do some Weird Job.
All right, buddy. Weird Job Wednesday. The OG is on deck. Oh, is it not going to play? Uh-oh.
No,
I gave it the big dramatic thing, too. Yeah, I did. Well, it's not going to work. Hold on. I can do this. Let's do it. Let's go into Suno.
Okay, this right one.
I will not be defeated. I'm going to go into Suno, and I'm going to hammer a Weird Job song just like that. Watch this, buddy. I'm not going to let this thing beat me, this stupid
Weird
computer.
Job. You could add pinball in there.
I might be able to do that. Yeah, let me go in here and see what I got.
My favorite is when you guys take calls and it goes beep. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, we do a lot. Andrew, thank you. We do a lot of that.
I didn't realize.
Don't bring it up, Andrew.
What are you doing, Andrew?
I didn't realize that was a mistake until you actually said it. I just thought it was the way.
Always, like everything we do is a mistake. I'm going through all my songs. I got all these stupid songs that I can't. I got Jeff Bagel Run in here. I've got Cappy Subs in here.
See, I bet the listener are like, they can't be making the same mistake over and over for 15 years, but we can. We can, Andrew.
Yeah.
And we can continue to do it.
We're going to do no songs.
No, you can't do it. Oh, God. Tom wanted to do a bit.
He called it
Weird
Job Wednesday. Dan really liked it. Tom said, that's bull. Another Weird Job Wednesday. What are you doing? What is your job? Are you neat? Are you tidy? Or are you a fat slob? Do you make lots of money and you sit up in your tower looking down on other people who are working by the hour? It's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Oh, yes, it's Weird Job Wednesday. Just another Weird Job Wednesday. Thank you, Dom. Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's my birthday now.
Yeah, you got like that was a first. We've never done that. I have no business doing that because I'm losing my voice.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, for Weird Job Wednesday, sitting on the couch, it is our friend Andrew.
Yes, from the Pinball Dudes, a new sponsor of ours.
Yes.
You know what I like? That we have some like bigger sponsors, like a Jeff's Bagel Run.
We do.
Right? And they have, have dozens and dozens of locations at this point.
Locations
Expanding
everywhere.
fast.
Georgia, North Carolina. It's happening right up the East Coast.
Yeah.
We need to buy one. I'm putting that out there. We need to buy one, but we don't have enough money. But we need to buy one.
Don't put it out there then.
I want to buy one so bad.
I know.
Because these things, I'd put it right next to DeLand. I put it in DeLand, but I think somebody already took my idea. There's one coming to DeLand.
If we bought
and they
one,
took my idea.
We'd have to hire employees, and I'm bad at that. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know I'm bad at hiring employees.
And you know what's worse than you being bad at hiring employees? I'm really good at ignoring them and not caring what's happening to the company.
But I digress. We have bigger sponsors, and then we have more small business sponsors, which I really like as well. And Andrew and the Pinball Dudes is a small business all dedicated to pinball, which is a fascinating industry.
It's back, baby.
And, of course, Andrew came by last week, dropped off a pinball machine in our studio.
For that, dude. That was my pleasure.
We really, really appreciate, like, you have really screwed up my productivity. And this,
Oh, yeah.
oh man, that is fun.
It's a major distraction.
Yeah, it is and Ross McCoy putting it out there right now. He is straight addicted to it. He asked me if he could come in early on the Friday Free Show. I expect to see him at 9 a.m. He's going to play pinball all the way to the Friday Free Show.
Oh, that's awesome.
So before we start, I will say that I've been analyzing the pinball machine for the past week since we've had it.
Yeah.
And
Have you seen all the smiles on my face?
no, and it really is a piece of art. It's a furniture piece in your house, your studio, your business, and it represents a feeling of not only like opulence, which is weird because it's like it's fancy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
so
is.
fancy.
Fancy is the first word
it's
I thought
retro.
of. When he sent me the picture of it in the studio, I go, "Oh my God, we're fancy. We're like a fancy studio now."
And it represents the you like fun. Right?
It does.
Like it gives the feeling of fun,
Yes.
and which I didn't expect.
But it's also business fun because I feel like it's organized. Like the pinball machine it's completely. I love how it's almost like a watch in how mechanical it is.
Yeah, they call it a world under glass.
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh, I love that. That's like scuba diving. It's a different world down there. This is a world under glass.
Yeah.
It's kind of like reading a book. Like you kind of get lost inside of it, and especially if you're like really crushing it, and then you just advance as through the game.
I did go into a flow state. Like I am the grand champion currently because you reset it. Let's not, let's be honest. I wouldn't be, but I'm the grand champion on that machine. I got into a flow state. I had 5 balls. Mothra came out. All the different Godzilla monsters were all 5. I moved from Tokyo to New York City. I'm destroying all the bridges. I'm shooting all the aliens. I got into a flow state where I didn't know where I was. Like I literally started meditating.
Yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff. You can watch YouTube videos on how to like really get through the game and get like strategies and such. But yeah, it's just fun to explore and figure it out for yourself too.
Secret combos. I got that too. I'm the king of secret combos. I got 4 secret combos, Tom.
So Andrew, let's talk about the pinball dudes. So how'd you get into pinball machines to begin with?
Let's see. Really, it started. I just want to say hi to my wife and daughter, Allison and
what's
Rose.
up, guys? Oh, that's sweet.
So-
What's up, Rose?
So let's just talk. Andrew's been listening to Daniel for 25
I
goddamn
appreciate
years.
that. I'm giving you a fist bump.
yeah.
Boom. I appreciate that.
I remember Mandy and you guys.
Dude, I talk to Mandy all the time.
And
Would it
just all kinds of
surprise
fun
you that she is a conservative Colorado talk show host?
Oh, nice. That's
Like,
awesome.
I mean, Trump's America.
all right.
yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
We should get her on the show.
Oh, we absolutely. Anytime we want.
Find your niche and then
Yeah, and
go
ride
for
it to death, 100%.
Yeah, there's some money in that.
Oh, my God.
I think I think we could do a sister show.
Yeah, she's doing just fine.
And we could sell
Yeah.
some emergency supplies.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a whole thing about
Tom
it.
and Dad, yeah, get your horned helmets. Yeah.
Like a little emergency bucket, like a survival bucket,
100%.
like survival gels and all that
Oh, yeah.
nonsense.
Macaroni cheese.
Yeah,
that's, that's 55 meals in
They
that bucket.
last forever. That's
They
the
do.
whole. That's the
They
business.
do last forever.
Anyway, sorry.
Nothing I would love more is
You're all
with
good.
every pinball machine sold, we give you a free bucket of emergency rations.
Yeah.
55 meals, bro.
Oh,
55
sorry,
meals
Andrew.
in that bucket.
That's all fun.
So how'd you get into the pinball business?
Basically, I used to be a tournament player for about 5 years. So about 8 years ago, I started playing tournaments.
Okay,
Yeah.
a tournament pinball player.
Yeah, I started, just locally, cut my teeth at a place called Buck's Tobacceria in Merritt Island. Yeah, that's a cool place. That's a head shop with the owner has 10 machines out front, and that's
Okay.
how I got into them.
So did you kind of get into this like later? Like this wasn't like
I only started playing about me and my wife when we went on our honeymoon in the Poconos.
nice.
They had a machine in the arcade, and I played it a little bit, and I got into it, and that became a passion.
Yeah, what I think I might have that gene because what it does for me, and you'll know this because you've spent a lot of time in casinos with me.
Oh, yeah.
It gives me my slot machine. It gives me what I want from the slot machine, but there's skill involved, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's the perfect slot machine, dude.
Yeah.
It's so rewarding and it's mechanical. Unlike my Xbox. Look, I'm a video game guy. I'm going to apologize to you
No,
right
you're
now
fine.
that I did not give pinball a fair shake.
No,
as a man, no, as a 48-year-old man, I
used to be an
didn't give
Xbox guy
pinball a
myself.
fair shake. I was always Xbox playing
Digital.
How often do I play Madden? Like what? Every day to calm down or something? In the afternoon, I'll knock out a game. I like the pinball better because of how
mechanical it is.
Right. I like the machine aspect. I like the fact that the thing is binging and banging.
It's a metal ball that's rolling.
And it's and things are moving in there. It's not, I don't know, it's a completely different experience.
It's like chaos.
Yes.
But like a video game, you're playing the same level over and over. You got to run into the same field. But the pinball machine, when you hit a multi-ball, it just turns into absolute chaos, and that gives you that endorphin rush. And really gets you going sometimes.
Yeah, I looked it up, and there's a whole science behind the multi-ball being used. Like, there's an article about multi-ball and the chemicals it releases when you're having to try and finagle all those balls, but you're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying it's like literally an unmatched feeling. Like, it is like you've hit like a level of nirvana.
Actually, talking about the casino aspect of it, these games, all the previous and current pinball manufacturers have a deep hand in actual slot machines and stuff.
Really? So they know what they're doing. There is a psychology.
Oh yeah, they've been practicing this for years. Like Bally Pinball back in the day, which became a workout place. They were specifically slot machines. That was their bread and butter.
Hold on, Bally's was originally a pinball or slot machine?
Different company than Bally's.
It's like I thought they went from pinball to working out.
Well, it's like GM Motors has, like a million different things underneath it. Same kind of idea, big corporation with, trying out different avenues to make money.
So Andrew, going back to you being
a deep voice today.
You sound good, man. Yeah, I like it. The ladies in the room like it. He's
I usually talk a little bit like Norman Nosley up top of it.
No, you're good. You're good. He's taking ladies.
You mentioned that you were a tournament player. How do you get good at pinball? Because it seems like you're just slapping the ball with the paddle, and it's is there hand-eye coordination involved in like an actual skill? Like that you can learn?
There's lots of skills that you can actually just YouTube, even just learning just some of the names of them, like dead flipping. When you actually don't flip the ball, it just bounces off to the flippers to the other side. You want to really catch the ball, take your time and make shots. Really becoming a really good player is half learning how to make the shots and then half being defensive. And
Ross and I were talking about that. We got on Ross and I are geeking out about this so hard, and we started looking at like what he's talking about how like the best shot, if the ball's coming down to your, let's say your left flipper, the best shot for you may not be just to whack it as hard as you can straight up. It might be better to let it bounce off the flipper and then hit it to the other side because you're going for that spaceship. The mini game is you got to hit the spaceship to kill the aliens, and if you don't hit the spaceship, so you might as well aim for the spaceship, and you use like the skill to kind of bank it off of stuff.
There's actually like I left you guys with some sliders underneath the machine so you could easily move it around the shop. But the way we play in my area, this is going straight down the middle. You just take the game and you move it to the right a little bit, and it might give you a danger, but you cheat your ass off.
So all right. So
and there's actually, when it goes out the right side, there's a way that it's called death saving. I won't do it on the left side, but I can actually shake the machine and get the ball back up.
Now, is that cheating?
Oh yeah, very much cheating.
Oh, okay. So in,
I like this.
in the
I like
tournament,
that he knows how to do it.
In the tournament, you're like, all right, you're out.
Okay, gotcha. So Andrew, like, let's talk about like the actual business of pinball. Okay. So the Pinball Dudes is actually located in Jupiter, Florida.
Yeah,
so
let's talk a little bit about what they can provide, for our listeners.
Because what the interesting part of when we had a meeting about the advertising is the rental aspect of them that you do, and I never even thought that people would rent pinball machines and then you change them out and stuff. But I was like, that is pretty brilliant, especially if you want a new one in your business every once in a while.
I mean, it's not as convenient as GameFly when you could just send a laser disc to your house to flip a video game, but it's damn close, I'd say.
How'd you even get into the business aspect of it?
That happened kind of randomly in a way. Let's see. About 2 years ago, I had who's my customer now? A gentleman reached out to me. He's the owner of a kava bar, and he was looking to buy a game. And I didn't want to sell off my games, but I was like, I'll rent you a game. And we made an agreement, came up with something, and then slowly, so that was one store in Melbourne, Kava Sutra, great chain there. And,
nice.
But they're mostly in like the Fort Lauderdale, from there to actually up in here in Orlando, but now. But
Can you get us free kava?
yeah, if you go down the street.
I'm back on Kratom too. I know this.
Kava Kratom. I was explaining to my wife what kava was. I didn't even know, but I was like, it makes you feel good. I know that.
And the last time, I'm gonna try. Addicted to it. I'm gonna try butt chugging again. Have you ever butt chugged? Yeah, I heard it makes your pinball. I heard it makes you better at pinball.
Put one in there and hold it for a little bit. It might do better.
You just stand on your head with a vodka bottle.
So they were the first ones to kind of rent a machine.
Yeah, they've. So I started with one about 2 years ago, and then a year ago that customer grew and then introduced me to. Basically, they were like franchisees, and so he introduced me to another owner, and now I have 5 locations with 1 game in each of them. And I keep basically 2 extra Stern. They're basically all new Stern Pros, but each one's different. And I keep 2 extra to be able to rotate out. And in case something goes down, I will swoop in and switch it out. Because I told them I prorate them after a week if I can't get in there and fix it.
Gotcha. I like that, man. That's cool.
So the pinball dudes, you could buy a pinball machine. You could. You guys actually purchase pinball machines that you buy, sell.
The pinball dudes is actually a Stern distributor, kind of like a car dealership.
Nice.
Okay.
Like we buy the stock from Stern, and then it's our job to sell it to the public. Or to arcades and stuff. Like it's on the shirt right there.
There you go.
But
I love it.
So 2 years ago, basically, since I started working, I started collecting my own games, but I branched out on by myself to start doing the rentals, which my boss is very proud of me. He's like, I can't believe you're taking that money and making more.
Well, I think it's cool. I mean, like it's like you're taking a passion and like adding like a different layer to it. It is pretty cool. Also, I feel like with pinball machines, as hardy as they are, let's talk about that for a second. Are they pretty like much? Like, because you are dropping them off at bars, arcades. These are places that people are drinking and walking around.
They look delicate because you showed me the guts of that thing and the board, the circuit board and stuff.
I'm sure it's complicated. Yeah.
You know, you get someone, Chris Farley, falls through the glass of the front. Yeah. You know, like I mean, it could be destroyed easily.
Or are they pretty hardy?
They're fairly hardy. I mean, I've heard of horror stories where people, having bar fights and being dropped into the glass and stuff like that.
That's a terrible way. It's also very embarrassing. Imagine if some dude picks me up and throws the little guy in the pinball machine. You're a pinball.
But luckily, the kava bars they're very
chill.
Everybody
in there's blasted. Everyone in there is straight blasted.
It's an opium den in there.
So far, it's been a very good experience on that
side.
Like
Indiana Jones is in there looking for. I'm playing Indiana Jones now. You're gonna get a lot of Indiana Jones jokes for the next month because I'm playing the game.
Andrew, I got a question for you.
Sure.
So, like, obviously, you deal in retro games and new games and stuff. And now, how many new games do they put out a year? And how did they determine what brand they're going to partner with? Because I'm sure that you have to go through like a licensing deal. Like, obviously, we've got Godzilla. Like, someone owns the rights to Godzilla. Stern had to pay for that.
And it's so detailed. It has the Godzilla music, multiple Godzilla music that you can flip through. It has officially licensed video of Godzilla, Baby Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, all the Godzillas.
Yeah.
It's got like actual audio from movies. It's got so many hidden things. I got the one thing where it was like, do you want to change the background music while you fight Mothra? I'm like, yes, I do. And I'm like, like it's insane.
I'm like, how'd they choose Godzilla? Like,
what is...
Well, luckily, that specific title has been Stern's most popular game of the last 10 years.
That one?
Really, Godzilla?
Yeah, that one, when it came out, instantly became the #1 on... There's all kinds of... website list, blah, blah, blah.
I can see why. It's like, as a non-pinball guy, I played it like twice, and I'm like, I'm addicted to, like, this is really...
The design is really flowing and really, like, most of the time there's just 2 flippers down at the bottom, and you're just kind of shooting across this thing. With the added 3rd flipper up top, and just the way it zooms around, it's pretty... When it came out of the gate, it was like, wow. So
how did they determine who they're going to partner with and, like, what is popular?
That's kind of like a... Well, I do kind of understand the insides of that, but like these games are being worked on for years. Like the most recent ones that came out, they just did Metallica Remastered. So they got back with, they had an old Metallica game, but without the LCD screen and all that. So now I think they got jealous and they came back and remade it with all like concert footage and all that good stuff.
And so like now they saw what Godzilla brought to the table, and they're like, man, we got to do a... Like, I guess it's almost like You know when you're talking about artists and you talk about their multimedia artists, like that's what pinball is. Like that's not a video game, but it has video game. It's not a pinball machine purely, but it has that.
But Metallica is a kind of a perfect band to,
Good music for the game. Yeah, yeah.
Well, just the age demographic of Metallica.
There's
and
a certain amount of 40 to 60-year-olds that have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
and they like Metallica.
Yeah, they love some Metallica.
Yeah, they also like Snoop Dogg. That's another one.
We haven't had a rap pinball machine come out yet, but you never know what's going to happen with that.
There should be
if someone was going to do it, Snoop Dogg would probably be the forefront.
Why don't we get in front of it and make it a Jelly Roll pinball machine and make it the biggest pinball machine ever made?
That's too young.
No, you make it gigantic. You make it a big. You make it a big fat pinball machine, and when you hit the one flipper, it eats its boogers.
So like,
I knew you were going to say that.
Obvious.
Yeah, I'm addicted to it.
Besides from Godzilla, what are some other obviously more of a popular brand that is popular within pinball? Because I figured like your Superman, your Batman, your Marvel, like that seems to me like that
but
would
I like
be
the
hugely
music
popular.
ones. Like I like Guns N' Roses, pinball. Like
there is one of those.
Yeah,
so
I like
Guns
the music
Roses,
ones.
Music ones. There's been Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Iron Maiden. I own Foo Fighters, which was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That one's different. They didn't go for they went for an interesting design on that one. It's the Foo Fighters versus aliens, basically. And it's all animated of them saving the world. It's pretty cool.
If you do 500,000, Dave Grohl's new baby pops out and waves to you. Yeah. Like, I'm a bastard.
Just to give you the list of the 7 games I have a Venom, Stranger Things, Deadpool.
Oh, Stranger Things has to be popular.
Stranger Things got to be awesome.
That one has a UV kit in it, so like it goes dark and it changes. They do
the upside down, right?
Yeah, the upside down area. There's artwork made into the playfield that only is activated by the UV lights.
See, they have to get like super creative because they're using practical effects, which to me.
Yeah, the lighting that pinball machines have are super interesting.
It's unbelievable.
Because you're right, it is practical effects with the sounds, the bells, the lighting. It's very much like how movies now are swinging back to practical effects. There's a reason that the movie Terrifier 3 dominated. It's not that it's an amazing movie, guys. You know it's not. But it's got practical effects that people see, and it does something to us where we're like, that's horrible, or that's real, or that there's a different set of chemical. Yeah. I think our eyes look at CGI now and almost like push it away. Yeah, there is a pendulum swing back.
Yes.
Just like there are people shopping at the malls and stuff. Like, it does. People are like, I'm a little tired of the all digital.
Yeah. You're going to see a lot more practical effects, which means you're probably going to see a lot more pinball machines, which I'm absolutely okay with.
I would say pinball started coming back hard about 8 years ago. Definitely pre-pandemic. There's a couple of New York bars called Barcades started up, and then you'd see them pop up all over the place. You guys have been involved with the Pinball Lounge. I just want to say hi to Kurt Van Zyl also.
What's up, guys?
That's where I cut my chops doing tournaments mostly.
What's the most you ever won in a tournament?
Oh, I never won money. I was making finals near the end.
That's awesome.
I actually stopped playing because I was doing too much drinking. And you're there for 6 or 7 hours, and I was usually making finals, but I was like, I don't even care.
You're there drinking the whole time.
I was like, I'm on my I'm on my 4th pitcher of beer right now. I could care less about this.
So what are some other brands?
That's fantastic.
The Stranger Things, that's a perfect brand to partner with because it's retro and new at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So they just came out with I have a Jaws, the shark
Jaws.
movie.
That's a good one.
Star Wars, Godzilla's right there, Foo Fighters, and Deadpool. I also have a really old school one called Meteor, which was from 1980.
I used to like the old school. We're probably not going to get these, but I used to like the old school ones where they would draw women with giant boobs and draw their nipples.
Yeah. Do you have some? Is there some naughty?
Can you get me a naughty pinball machine for me and Tom?
I can at least get you a backlash that has.
Yeah,
exactly
we want the big novelty, and then because we'd walk by, my dad would be like, "Oh yeah, hubba hubba," know.
Dolly Parton has exactly.
Yeah, like Russ Meyer. Remember the old Russ Meyer movies, the exploitation movies, where he just would cast big-breasted women to be chased by bikers.
So, Andrew, who is your stereotypical buyer of pinball machines? Because it's funny. I was texting a rich listener, and he's building a man cave.
We have
and
a lot of listeners that are into pinball, dude.
I gave him your number. I was like, dude, if you're building a man cave, the pinball machine is perfect for this.
Yes.
Because it is a piece of art and a piece of furniture that ties a room. There's nothing like a pinball machine that does what I'm talking about. It was like where it has the element of, hey, this is the game. This is a fun, this and also I'm not cheap. I bought a pinball machine because they are not cheap.
I invested in fun.
But who's your stereotypical?
I usually see like 35 to, retirees. A lot of retirees go back for the old school games that they grew up with. Like, we carry everything from like you guys said before, mostly like 70s through the 2000s are old school games. We carry also all kinds of, like our main thing is that we get the new games new in the box, and we trade those out with customers that want to upgrade. And like basically like, again, a car dealership. You're trading in your old hunk of junk. And we'll go through it. We LED it all out, make sure everything's working perfectly, like test it, play test it, and then up the price and sell it out.
What is the hardest part when you are you a technician, or did you have to be trained? Or?
It's like any kind of technician field where you kind of just learn on the job.
Learn on the job. I love it. That makes it even cooler. What's the hardest part when you're in there working on one of these machines? Is there one thing that you're like, oh God, if it's that, I hate doing it?
Well, yeah, I haven't learned on the circuit boards yet myself, but well, it's quite. That's a tough spot. But I love working on them actually.
Yeah,
there's nothing because like really when you break it down, I used to do AC work for 12 years, so like even thinking about trying to work on something, you kind of just break it down into little things like, oh, the flippers aren't working. Sure. Well, I know how to work on this. Oh, this isn't working. You don't worry about the whole thing. You focus on the parts.
The companies like Malley and Stern, will a machine like Godzilla, if they make two of them and you play both of them, will there be nuances on each one, or will they feel pretty damn close to each other?
Every single one of them is different depending on how it's set up. Like
I think that's cool too.
The legs specifically are, tilted left to right or front to back. So the pitch of it specifically will be different. And every single one of them is a little different. Yeah, like that's especially like I was telling you about tournament playing. I have a few friends that had home games and they go to the arcade and try to blow up the ones that they know, but they're too good at their games, so it handicaps them trying to play the one.
It's like playing somebody else's drum set. I bet. I bet it feels like that.
Well, it seems like the pinball machine holds its value,
like a Rolex or something.
As weird as that to say, like it sounds, is like because they only make a certain amount each year. How does that work? Whereas like you buy a pinball machine, seems like you can sell it later. Sometimes you hit the lotto, you sell it more because it becomes sought after. But I just imagine they don't go down to like hundreds of dollars. Like they always hold a certain amount of value.
Yeah. Is that true?
So I always, especially for angry wife, I was like, this is a playable investment. What you just bought.
I like this. Write that down.
So like it does hold its value very well. Like Godzilla, when that first came out, there was a limited supply, and people were buying them for more than what they were. If they were able to get one, they were able to flip it and make more money.
Okay.
It's like anything. Once when the demand falls off a little bit, they do lose a little bit of value. But like certain games retain their value more so than this. Like Godzilla, even with 10,000 plays on that, which is a lot. I could still, like, I bought it for, they're $7,000, $7,500 right out of the box. I could still get probably like $6,500 to $6,000 for it.
That's
and you get a lot of hours on it.
It's got lots and lots of hours.
Holy crap!
Through rentals, basically, I'm pretty.
That's actually better than my watches did at the time. I'm sure I could have.
But see, me, I'm putting them out in the public to play and making money off them. So I've already, on that machine I've had for 2 years, I know I've made my money back on that machine. I could still take it. And
now
sell
that
it.
One's been out.
Yeah, that one's.
Because it doesn't look. I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, if you look on the right side of it, it's seen some battle action.
Interesting.
But yeah, the decals on the outsides are fairly, like you just go scratching them up. Yeah,
gotcha.
They come off. But the wood on them actually is rock solid.
That's interesting, man.
So let's say someone wants a pinball machine in their business or for their house, and maybe they want to rent it out because they do want to change them out, and have a new one in every. Hey, what do you recommend? Like, how often do you change them?
My whole scheme with doing the rental so far, I've noticed that basically after 2 to 3 months, the interest drops off.
Okay.
Like it turns into like just in a house, it would turn into the folding table and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So my plan is basically I'm charging roughly about $500 a month for rentals, and the 7 that I told you earlier are my Stern Pros that I have. As I grow more, get more locations, I buy another one, and then my list just gets bigger and bigger. So every 3 months I come in, I change it out, I give you a fresh, new, clean game. I handle all the transportation and all that. Anything breaks, you have my number. You give me.
That's awesome.
Like I told Dan earlier, I for my locations, I never had to do it yet, but if it's down for a week, I prorate them for the next month.
Sure,
and
that's fair.
And give you basically $100 back.
And again, Andrew's cell phone number is 321-591-1062. You could text him or call him, thepinballdudes.net. What's the most expensive pinball machine that you've seen as far as like a collector's item?
Yeah, is there one there a one of one or a?
Well, there's a few that always ring the bells for being in the business. Your Addams Families from the 90s, Indiana Jones from the 90s. Those are always like $10,000 plus.
Jeez, Louise, man.
These Stern machines, that's your base model. So there's a premium model that has a little more bells and whistles. On that one, the building goes up and down.
Yeah, I was trying to describe this to Tom when you first brought it in. I was trying to figure out which one this was because I've seen them go 3 different models where it's like they'll do a base, they'll do a mid-tier, and then they do this one. It's like, so you can spend 6, you can spend 8, or you can spend like 12.
Yeah, exactly. That's the limited edition that you're talking about.
Yeah, tell us about a limited edition. What difference would it have?
Each model comes out with all 3 tiers, but the limited edition they make right off the bat, they'll make 5 to 1,000 of them. They're all marked with numbers, so you got your panel, your plate that tells you.
I love it. I love stuff like that. This is for me.
It's got a certificate in there.
I love certificates. Give me all of them. Oh yeah, give me number. And if I get number 2, not good enough. Should have been 1.
The back glass is always mirrored, so you can it's very fancy. And then it's got different decals on the side, and they also powder coat the legs and usually put some kind of fancy armor around the button.
So just like a little, they just up it a little. It's like Aldi versus VW.
Yeah, it's supposed to have all the bells and whistles right off the bat.
I love it.
Now we didn't put this out there yet, but Andrew left $100 inside our pinball machine, and me and Daniel have been discussing because Andrew's like, hey, for your guests, they could play, and then the highest score at the end of this run will get the $100 cash. And I want to expand it even further to BDMs out there. Yes. You got to be a BDM.
You have to be currently a paying BDM.
And send us either show@tomandan.com or tom@tomandan.com. Send us an email with a picture of you using any sponsor. Even the Pinball Dudes, any sponsor of ours.
Especially the Pinball Dudes. I feel like if you do that, come on in.
And then we're going to be inviting random BDMs in the studio.
Little pinball party.
Monday through Friday. We, some Fridays, some random days, and then just come and try to beat Daniel's score, try to get the highest score.
I am the current grand champion. I think I have 253,000.
Oh yeah,
is my score.
And
I was thinking everybody else is going to get a few shots. You guys might not be able to.
Right. Yeah. that was after. Actually, that wasn't after that much. But Rauce and I are dedicated. Like Rauce and I are straight addicted to it.
Yeah. Every time I go to play it, I'm like, I got to do this business first. And then then I sit there and then I tell myself, I'll never be fun because I always I should be doing this.
Rauce and I were having a discussion last night about how we wish that you could feel what we feel with the pinball machine.
No, I know.
We were having that.
I see you guys over there. I'm like, look at them. As I'm doing this,
I'm
going to tell you something embarrassing that I wasn't going to say, but Rauce and I actually high-fived over pinball.
I know.
That is embarrassing. We were like, yeah. We did we wanted to chest bump. We're on the Knicks or something.
You blow it up one time and then you're high-fiving everybody in the bar. You're like,
really fun. Yeah.
Put my name on it.
It's really fun, man.
So if you want to purchase a pinball machine. If you want to drive over to Jupiter to the Pinball Dudes location and just play all the different pinball machines.
You can do that too.
They have a huge showroom, all the pinball machines set up, and it's open play. People can go and see the one that they like and then purchase it. And Andrew will deliver it to you. Set it up in your house. Yeah. Make sure you tell them a Tom and Dan listener, obviously. And anywhere in Florida, Andrew, you'll deliver?
Basically, I do everything except for the Panhandle and Miami. We got a guy from Miami.
Yeah,
there you go.
My boss is like, no.
Yeah. He's right. Your boss is right. You go down to Miami.
Never come back.
You don't know. There's a lot of scammers down there. Well, Andrew, I appreciate
you, man.
your
And appreciate you listening for all the years, man. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, and again, it's thepinballdudes.net, and it's Andrew 321-591-1062. Give him a text, and we will be right back.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
So I was scrolling through TikTok the other day, and
oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you this. You got our caller, the historian, addicted to TikTok.
Okay, well, yeah.
And he's been calling, and he's highly addicted to it now.
Yeah,
he's in there.
Yeah, well, I love things you get addicted to. That's my thing.
I'm addicted to pinball now. Did you know that? I have a new addiction now.
Yeah. So I saw this video, and it looked like one of these holiday boat parades.
I love a holiday boat parade.
And it said Merritt Island. So I was like, it's Merritt Island's holiday boat parade.
As a 3-year-old boy, I stood on the bank of the St. John's and I watched the Ku Klux Klan in the DeLand boat parade playing I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas from the front of the boat. And I guess it wasn't
that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't like we're talking the 80s, right?
I remember we walked down there. We saw it. My mom turned me around. We got back in the car. We drove home.
Yeah. When they signed up, you can say no, right? Like you can't say I don't think
that's good for the Christmas vibe. I'm not feeling that.
Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they say like, hey, this is not part of the Christmas spirit?
Because they agreed with it. That's the sad part. Is because they were like, these guys are awesome.
No, not in the 80s, right?
Or maybe they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know.
Well, it says it in the thing.
Didn't
right?
this happen?
Or maybe they just
signed up. This just happened like a month ago. They were having some MAGA boat parade and some Nazis just pulled out and got in it. I think Nazis love getting in a boat parade. Nazis love boat parades. Prove me wrong. I'm like sitting at the desk. Prove me wrong. They're always in boat parades.
Although, don't they like
the number one person to come uninvited?
Military boots and
the number one person to come uninvited to a boat parade. If you just look North America, based on everything I've seen on 2 accounts that I can cite, I can do footnotes. Nazis. Love. So I don't love Nazis. They love boat parades is what I'm saying.
So
I hate Nazis.
I see this video and it looks like someone standing on a pier and videotaping down at this boat, which looks like and it's I've never seen this before because when
you've seen these jet skis that are like this, right?
Not where it looks exactly like a sports car.
Yeah, they're always on qualified captain, and there's always like a special. It always looks like your friend. Fast talking Joe. It's always fast talking Joe. It's always Fat Joe driving. He's got like some novelty Santa hat on or something. It's Fat Joe driving a jet ski that looks like a Viper.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, this is an epidemic.
So, and it's jet powered. It's as fast as a jet ski. It's not like the old school, when they turn cars into boats, like they're slow as hell. They fold the tires up and they barely
don't forget to fold the tires.
They barely go.
Yeah.
This thing's hauling ass like a jet ski. Anyway, there's the driver, it's Merritt Island Fat Joe is driving.
Right.
And then
do you want to see it? You want me to put it up? Okay.
Let's play it.
No,
a lot of people probably saw this video.
Yeah, I could slow it down too. I'll put the audio on.
And it is graphic because he crashes into another boat. So there's a chick on the back of it. Okay, there it is. Yeah, and then the chick's like, yeah, and then he hauls ass, and then there we go, and boom!
Oh my God!
And he rams into a flats boat.
Oh my God!
that's also in the parade, and there's someone.
Oh, that's a classic boat right there that just got wrecked.
Is it a classic boat?
No. That's the flats boat. You're
okay.
right. The classic boat. I thought he hit the classic boat. I was like, oh, that'd be bad.
And someone was sitting. You know that.
Oh my God.
You know, like the platform that a flats fisherman would stand above his outboard to fish.
Well, or to pee.
Someone's sitting on that, and then the jet ski, the car jet ski boat.
Here, I slowed it down. Here, I slowed it down.
Okay,
you can do this. You can do this thing now where you can slow it down. So there's the classic. That lady's got a glow stick. She's vibing.
Yeah. And then
and here he comes in his what looks to be like a Camaro, right? Doesn't that look like a sort of like a Camaro?
Yeah, like a Camaro, like a convertible Camaro jet ski.
He's got his
boat.
baddie. Look, he's got a baddie in the right passenger seat.
And so he takes off, and he gets squirrely. I don't know why he couldn't steer out of, like, I think he
thought he could whip it around, I think.
And then instead of whipping around, he just nails this boat and rockets the person sitting on that platform off. You know, people had to go to the hospital, and like I read some article where they called like a helicopter at first.
Oh, broken neck and back.
Yeah, it was bad.
Thank you, Shred Bear, in the chat room. Well, our hearts go out to that person. You didn't deserve that. Jesus Christ.
So the person driving in this, all right? So he. Obviously, the crowd was
yelling. What I hate?
This is the peel out. This is the like
no,
we
you
see
know what
these.
I hate?
What?
He's doing one thing that literally gives me so much anxiety.
What?
The worst thing you can possibly do, the most embarrassing thing, is to almost kill somebody with a Santa hat on. Like, I hate it. Like, it's like chalkboard. Like, you're doing a chalkboard to me. I'm thinking about, like, I'm so triggered right now. This is how weak I am. I'm thinking about, like, doing any, like, drunk driving and you kill a family, and then and you pull you out, you have a Santa hat on. It's just like nails on a chalkboard. It's like, oh my God, when you're dressed festive and you kill people, I'm like, it bothers me so bad.
Also, the girl in the boat, she does another embarrassing thing where she's like, woo! And she stands
she's
up.
She's like vibing, dude.
She does.
She's showing off a little bit.
She's doing a party girl dance, and then the guy takes off, and then. Because there's nothing that kills a party girl dance more than
Santa getting arrested.
than if you almost kill the boater in front of you.
Yeah. Now, what I do, I'd immediately take my Santa hat off. Quick, fast. I put it in a glove box.
Because
put it in your glove box.
Here's another thing boaters like to do. They like to shame the boaters that are being irresponsible. I know this firsthand.
Oh, did you read the qualified
They're like,
captain?
what the hell are you doing, bro?
Did you read what the qualified captain said?
Oh,
he said the nerdiest thing I've ever heard, and I don't really agree with him. He was like, let your ability as being a captain prove to those around you and make them want to ride on your vessel because safety is... I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Nobody says that. Nobody says that.
You know where they screwed up? Calling every person that is driving a boat a captain? We are not captains. we are just boat owners. Yeah. We have no idea.
Enthusiasts.
We didn't take a course. I didn't, I learned by doing. And I'm drunk most of the time, you understand? So we don't know, like, we understand a broad sense of what you should and shouldn't do, but it's not like, and we know what the red and green buoys mean, and then like how to
a little bit, which side of the marker to stay on, or whatever.
Yeah, like idle speed, what that,
I mean, obviously this dude got cited, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, everybody on any Florida fishing website or boat website, they hate these car boats so much. Oh, they hate your car boats.
They haul ass, though, but they do hate them. Yeah.
Where do you buy a car boat? I feel like we got to get one of these.
I mean, it's probably insanely expensive. Like, I don't even know. Like I said, this is the...
Was this guy drunk? Do we know? Did anything come out?
Probably not, because when you're doing these boat parades, there are tons of boat cops out that are like organizing it.
Every time we're out, there's tons of boat cops out. And I am literally, I can't even open my eyes. Like, I don't even know where I'm at. I don't even know if I'm on your boat or not.
Yeah. Could be drunk. I mean, if he was drunk, obviously he'd be in real trouble.
I think you're done.
Because now it's just like reckless driving because he shouldn't have. Now, I don't even know.
I'm going to look for one of these.
I don't know, like you get a careless driving boat ticket or whatever because of reckless driving, and then you cause an accident.
Okay, here it is. I found
bodily harm.
Not that hard to find. I found it.
So yeah, that's it.
All right, this is it.
Of course, it has Miami airbrush on the side. This is a Miami thing.
Hold on, I gotta find this. All right, here we go.
So
Boom.
does this go out of water and then drive on the land too?
Don't know. No, I don't believe so.
Okay,
I think this just stays in the water.
Okay, yeah. So
there's a bunch of different. Okay, here's the motorcycle one. Oh, that is a hunk of crap.
So it just looks like a car on the water, but it's
just like fiberglass.
It's a jet boat essentially.
Yeah, and then they have here's a G-Wagon.
What does it cost?
$98,000.
God.
Yeah, this is a G-Wagon one.
That's an expensive
This one's $82,000. The one that looks sort of like a mid-engine Corvette.
Because it's essentially.
Okay, here's the one the guy
seats.
had. $82,000. He was driving an $82,000 two-seat jet ski boat.
Okay, that is super expensive.
Way too expensive.
And also like novelty. You know what I'm saying? Like besides from parades and like maybe I guess you're going to Disappearing Island. It's you have some chick on the side with her top off. And
Look,
you're
I'll
hauling
do.
ass.
I
like
will
it.
buy. I like it too. That's why I will buy any cool vehicle that you may think is douchey. So, did you see the girl in the passenger seat?
yeah.
I mean,
she loves it.
Yeah, and not bad, right? I would say. I mean, other than the wreck. Defending a monster.
Okay, well,
defending a monster.
All right, well, let's.
I think you got to do it. Hold on, I got this theme song somewhere. I got to find it.
He was trying to entertain the crowd that was cheering for him on the pier.
Hold on, I got your theme song. I do have it.
Okay, all right.
I have the brand new "Defending a Monster" theme song from our good friend Jackal.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, 1, 2, hey. I can't hear it. Hey. Tell me a story that's kind of murdery. I'll say that I can understand the motivation. Evil and trickery easily explained to me. I will debate that there's justification. You know you'll never win. There's no use in arguing. I'm gonna use my powers of persuasion. Stalin was kind of rad. Hitler wasn't all that bad. I will convince you all to listen to me in the end. Come on and follow me to great morality. This segment's all about defending a monster. Terrible stories don't seem so bad to me. I'm feeling empathy defending a monster. I'm defending a monster. I'm defending a monster.
Defending a Monster, brought to you by Viking Lock Service.
There you go. Yes. Welcome back to Defending. We're not doing that.
Viking's
we're not.
No, I don't want to sponsor this.
We're not doing that.
I don't want to sponsor
We're not
this.
defending the monsters.
He was trying to entertain the crowd on the
He
pier.
was. He
Okay,
was.
so his intention
what was
entertaining.
his last thing he said? What was the last thing he said? Did you see it? Let's go to the
okay,
tape.
what did he say?
Let's go to the tape. You're going to hear it in slow motion.
All right.
Here he goes. He goes right here. He'll say it. You'll hear him. Y'all have a great Christmas.
Okay.
He was saying, y'all have a great Christmas. Let the record reflect.
And, the state of Florida let this guy buy this thing with no training whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
Because they let me drive my boat with no training.
Another defense, he may have thought he was buying a car. No one knows. No one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows.
So really, he's trying to entertain the crowd.
Yeah.
He said, y'all have a great Christmas.
He thought he was in a car, obviously, because it looks like he's driving a sports car.
The state of Florida legally let this man drive this thing without any training, and, he made a mistake.
Let him go. Merry Christmas. Let him go.
So, all right. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and we are live on Twitch and YouTube. If you like watching podcasts, which is what you do now, search us out at Tom and Dan Live. Like and subscribe.
Ross is here. How you doing, Ross?
Oh, my goodness. I'm here.
You can't just say Ross is here. You have to clarify.
Ross Padgett.
Yeah, we have multiple Rosses
Ross
within the
spelled-
Tom and Dan universe.
Yeah.
Ross likes sauce
Yeah.
from
Ross
Good
likes
Sauce.
Yeah.
Good sauce with Ross and Joel. I don't have Joel with me, but I do have the third voice that's on Good Sauce, Mr. Nico Renato.
Nico.
What's up, everyone?
You're a fan favorite. You know that, right? You're a fan
That's right.
favorite.
I can't tell.
People like
I really
you.
Can't tell.
No, people. I haven't. Look, I've been reading the Reddits,
Oh,
Yeah.
and the kids like you.
Yeah.
hey,
And by the way, I thought that this may be Joel.
yeah.
Because to me, all white
Yeah,
people
all
look
white
the
people
same.
look alike. Yeah.
In your defense, white guys, black beards.
Yes, that's all the same.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it started to blur.
Hats.
Yeah,
Like,
like
look, you got a
hats.
hat.
Most of the time, yeah.
You know, some kind of shirt like I would wear. I mean, you and I, like, we got the same vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, white guy with a beard.
Yeah.
Just, all the same.
And a shirt. Look at him. What do you got? Vans on? Oh my God, he could be me. What do I have on? Vans. Boom. What kind of pants you got on?
Yeah.
Sloppy pants. I got sloppy pants on too.
Happy to be back over here in T&D world, man. You guys are always epic, and I'll start this off by going, man, thank you.
Oh.
I owe you guys a thank you for the hour slot on the radio station, for the trust, the belief, the throwing of the dice. Sometimes, people overlook having other people throw dice their way. That is, I'm just never take the dice for granted. You guys chuck some dice and pulled up Ross eyes, and I'm like, hell yeah.
I didn't think it was that much of a gamble. I think we are far more of a gamble. Gambling on us, very scary. Gambling on you, I felt very confident. That was a lock in my opinion.
By the way, if I ever throw dice at you, you should be suspicious. You should pick them up and be like, whoa. What are you throwing?
Where the hell did you get these?
And like, what do you want?
Where the hell did you get these dice from?
What are you trying to do here? Oh, anyway, so Ross, you mentioned something before the show started.
Oh, yeah.
About recording a show and then
How's
and
it
then
been?
losing
Yeah.
it.
I guess we should get into that. Like, how long have we been going on the Good Sauce with Rauce train?
35 episodes. Today, we recorded our 35th episode, and we were rocking. We were rolling. There were magical moments throughout this entire audio recording. My dog took a dump in the kitchen.
Yes.
And you got to see it on camera and in the audio. You could feel us go, what is that?
Right.
Did you?
Yeah.
We both thought each other took a dump in each other's pants. Like,
who is that?
Yeah.
Now, in the kitchen, huh?
In the kitchen.
And you guys look at me that, this guy's a heartless monster that doesn't like pets. And I'm looking at you guys, the pet owners, and telling stories about your dog defecating in the middle of the place you make food.
We love it.
Yeah.
We love it. We love it, man.
And it is disgusting.
I love my dogs so much, but I will tell you, you're onto something.
Yeah. You do go through phases, right? I feel like, and he's in almost a very semi-permanent I hate dogs phase.
But that is that's a hot take, though. To be, I would take that to the grave if I were you.
He feels like it limits his family's adventures, and he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
No.
You know, I mean, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that argument.
I don't want them pooping in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to give it expensive medical treatments
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all these things.
I got you.
So anyway, you had this magical recording. The dog pooping in the kitchen, the
That is pretty
audience loves
magical.
that.
Yeah,
They
you would
love
need that.
poop. I don't
Oh,
write
you
that
make a
down.
It was
meme.
hilarious.
And then you do the thing where you play it forward and backwards where the poop is going in, and we won't get too graphic, but you do like slow motion,
Stop
you put
motion,
you do a
all-
meme, and then you produce a coin. You do like the Haktua coin,
Yeah.
and you do that. You do that, but with your dog, and it's just a picture of your dog.
But right when you promote it, you sell all your shares.
You got to rug pull hard.
Yeah,
You got to rug
that's
pull
what you
hard.
gotta do.
Inside, and then maybe me and Tom, you give us a couple tokens. We're insiders, right?
Yeah.
You're leaving us in there. We show up, in the, when CoffeeZilla comes and he's like getting us good. We're like, yeah. It's not like that. It's not like that.
Pump
We're like
it.
yelling, yeah.
Pump it, dump it, pump it
dump
again.
it. In fact, you know what? When I was in college, my favorite thing was pump it and dump it, and now I'm a 48-year-old man and I want to pump and dump again, but it's different now.
So what happened, Ross?
We go ahead, we are done, episode 35, and then my little screen on my podcast editor just says, File error. Grab the SD card, threw to my computer. No file.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is so cool. So now we have to feed my dog more food. I guess. I don't know. So right before I left,
ready.
I realized I had to come to grips with like, all right, we have to re-record everything all over again.
Now,
oh God,
And
man, I'm
sorry. I have a question for you guys about that.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys have walked into that. You've recorded an episode and went, oh, what?
Oh man, he's gonna surprise you. I still have a number. Do you know my number?
I've got an audio elf.
Let's talk about the audio elf. Let's talk about audio elves because they're very rare. And I don't normally talk about my true being very much. I normally just kind of flow with human ways.
Yeah.
But I'm not human. See, I'm an audio elf.
The audio elf, his power is super anxiety.
Keeps me up all night.
It's awful.
Elves don't sleep.
Yeah, he's there shaking
Too
like
scared,
a tiny
too scared to
pee-pee
sleep.
dog. You know, pee-pee dogs, they shake all the time. They're nervous. Like, why are
yeah.
you so nervous? You're sitting in your living room.
I also poop in the kitchen.
You don't understand. A door just opened.
It's like, it was crazy. It was big.
It was
loud.
insane. There was a sun out there.
It made wind.
And he's so anxiety-ridden and nervous about the possibility of losing audio.
Do you know the number?
That he's got so many redundancy systems that we have never lost a show.
No, we have two.
Oh, two?
Two.
Oh, okay.
We've lost two.
We've lost two shows.
So, all right, now question.
Segments, not shows. We've never. He's right. We've never lost a show.
Because I remember.
He's right. We have never lost a show. We've lost segments. I should paraphrase.
One time we recorded like a 2.5 hour Friday free show, and it got same thing happened. Like file corrupted, the system shut down.
That'll happen.
And Daniel and Joe, right?
Yeah.
Dug through
the code.
the redundancy of some system that again Audio Elf set up years ago.
Short of the long is
we found it.
Here's the short of the long. GarageBand is a really bloated program, but it does have these weird redundancy system kind of things that are built in.
So you hacked a mainframe.
Well, in the background, it was running and recording. You just couldn't see it. So once I was able to access the area of my computer that had that,
oh Lord,
I got the files. Now, what I do now is I run. He's right. I have this guy is just audio only, and then this guy right here is running a separate video channel of the same audio somewhere else. So when that
pointing at other little people.
I am. There's a bunch of elves in here. I don't like to name them, because it's just people get confusing. They're also from the Ukraine and they have weird names. So like for me, it's easier just to put Dan as the face of the elves and then just kind of roll with that.
And it's hard to put anybody from Ukraine to work right now.
I know.
It is
hard.
Back to work.
You feel bad. You feel bad saying that. But
like,
then you also understand that they are a hardy people.
And then I also think like, why are you here? You got a country to defend. Come on, Ukrainian.
And they are the most
elf.
beautiful elves you will ever see.
Stunning.
And their OnlyFans are Menifee.
So,
but my question though is that when you guys lost those, so Dan, when you lost those episodes, or you had to go back, make another episode.
Yes.
Did you walk into the same topics, or did you just re-record an entire? Because
we can't do that because Tom and I are too stupid to do that. We also enjoy making fun of ourselves, so we'll probably do a 2-hour show about how bad we are and how bad we were for losing the other show, and then just keep referencing things people don't know about, and it'll be a bad show, but we'll get through it.
Because I loved all of our topics that we used on this, on this episode, but the problem is now like, we just gonna act like we're saying this for the first time, we've
done that. We've tried to do that before,
and it never worked.
And it's awkward.
It doesn't work.
And now you say this, and now I say that because this conversation's already happened before.
Right.
Yeah. It would be funny if you tried to emulate exactly how the show went.
I'll do a
every
joke.
word.
I'll do a joke that I like from like segments that we did, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I like that joke," and then we'll do the same segment, and then I'll say the joke, and then I'll look at you, and then I can feel that you're like, it wasn't good that time. And you know what? He's dead right. He's like, I'm like, you're right. I shouldn't have done it.
I shoehorned it. I forced it.
It was selfish because I liked it. And that's why I was saying, like, most of what I do here, purely selfish. I'm the most selfish person I know.
Got it.
By far.
It's the audio elf way.
Yeah, I mean, but we've never lost a show. We've lost a couple segments for ACT, but yeah, like running a secondary channel is a smart thing to do.
Okay, this brings up an interesting.
I'm sorry you guys lost that. That hurts my heart.
I know.
We're not going to lose this show ultimately. We're going to rise up and overcome.
You're going to get it. Rise up. Falcons. Hell yeah.
Okay, so what's interesting, okay.
Rise up, Falcons.
They need it. They need it so bad.
So you still did a show that disappeared and you'll never be heard, right?
Never be heard.
So, okay, I've had this quote. We've talked about this on the show before, and I'm curious to see what you think. So I've talked to Daniel, like, do you think if all else was the same, like, say some genie came down.
Okay, I know this guy so well. This is the argument Sam and I got into about if we could do it or not, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't a real argument, but it was like a very much like
a sheik comes and then comes to you, Ross.
But it's not a real sheik. It's Tom dressed in a sheik. He wants a sheik costume for Christmas, and I'm getting him one.
It's just a trench coat, and he's on your shoulders.
I asked ChatGPT if you could buy your friend a business partner a sheik costume, and as long as he doesn't do brown face, it's totally okay.
ChatGPT, look at that, picking up on some social
It was
cues.
like, you're getting close, but the fact that you're not doing the makeup, you're fine. Sorry.
So our sheik comes down and tells you, all right, I'm going to pay you.
You're getting close.
I'm going to pay you. A good salary to do Good Sauce with Ross and Joel.
Well, give him a number to make it real, man.
You know, I'm just saying what you want to eventually make. Say he hits that, right?
Your goal. Not excess, but a good goal.
Yeah.
But I want you to record the show just like you always did, but no one's going to see it. Not even me. The sheik doesn't care. Yeah. He just wants you to record it.
It's literally just audio servitude.
It's just so it's just filling a weird conversation void.
Yeah. And then we didn't produce it and everything, but nobody hears it.
How did we answer this? I figured what my answer was for this.
Like, and could
what
you?
A question.
Here's the thing. Not like, of course you could do it for the money, but how would the shows be?
Right, because you would know that no one's listening. So who are you actually performing for?
So you just suffer. You just whine into a mic.
I think I could do. I think that was my answer. I think I'm so crazy that I'm like, I don't do this for anyone but me. Like, I think I just like.
Would you still try to be funny? Would you still try to be entertaining? The only really precedent is like you have to record and produce, an hour or whatever the the normal show time is.
But then also,
it's for nobody.
Also knowing that there's nobody gonna not even my. I wonder if that would make me drop the quality of it naturally, because I'd be like, well, no one's listening, so. Right. I can blah, 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 blah.
480p it is.
Yeah. Exactly.
But what if you just you're like, we got
320s.
We got to record for an hour. Let's just make each other laugh. And what if it ended up being better than the show that you were doing before?
Yes, but what if it ends up being things that we didn't want people to know about us?
And that's what with Good Sauce. That's what we're striving for. To be honest with you, is that I looked at everybody who's on the show, whether it be Nico Renato or Joel Warren, and I just said it's just us, because I put microphones in front of our faces because some of my favorite moments in life has been just us talking and trying to get the best out of those organic moments. Just forget the camera, do your best to forget the mics. We can fix stuff in post. I'll take out the take a moment, think it's gonna be all right, but. That's what the whole program is really striving for when it comes to. But to answer your question, yes, I would do it, but with the caveat, because I love people. I love performing. I love producing a show. Yeah. It's what got me into entertainment. It's why this microphone's in front of my face. I am obsessed with people. Still mind-boggling. They still blow my mind.
See the way that Nico looks at him when he's talking? Get yourself a business partner that looks at the other business partner like Nico looks at Ross when he was like shaking his head. He's like, this guy's a effing artist. He's like, yeah, you never look at me like that when I'm going on one of my crazy rants about all the stuff I love and the feelings and the humans.
Yeah. That's where me and Ross differ, though. I was like, if I could do this without talking to the people.
He hates the people. He hates the people.
Oh my God.
And here's the thing that I'm just gonna say it. More than anybody, hates our listeners. Like he hates them.
Well, they're all. I mean, listen.
You said they're disgusting.
They're just I think now they just live to bully me at all.
Always, it's a weird thing.
Then Mike B's bullying my wife at Walmart.
He hates them, but they email him. He gets 10 emails a day from them, and they say, I'm just like you. I'm just like you.
I hate you hating me, which means we're twins.
Yeah. I hate you, which means I hate myself.
So Ross, what did you talk about on the show?
Let's get into it. Let's get into the meat.
All right. So one of the great topics, and hopefully I'm not burning it because it's such a good topic, because it's such a soft spot, vulnerable place for me, is giving gifts. And the anxiety of that first, second and a half when you give somebody a gift where you can tell immediately if it's good or not.
Yeah.
When they first open up the package, which is going to be poorly wrapped because I'm a dude and I can't figure out shapes. And then,
wrapping is hard.
But just the anxiety of going out, buying a gift, making sure it works. I was talking to him. I gave him an awful gift. We talked about
What'd you get?
Yeah.
I got him a belt.
Hold on. What kind of belt?
Yeah, but it's not. It just sits in my drawer kind of belt. It's non-functional. It's way too big.
You don't like it?
The color.
You got him a fat guy belt? Why'd you get him a fat guy belt?
Because I was guessing about his hip size.
You're not fat at all. Like, you're a very average you're a normal human.
Thank you. Yeah,
You are not. You got him a Jelly Roll belt, didn't you?
And I think I gave it to him. I was like, yeah, we can put it in the holes after. It was not good,
we'll cut
man.
it to fit. That's what my dad used to do at the flea market. He'd buy me a belt and then cut the end off of it and then use a screwdriver to poke holes in
That's
it.
what I'm gonna have to do for this.
All right. That's a nice gift.
I'm glad you brought up gifts because you reminded me of how we've ruined gift giving in 2024, and I'll explain. Is now through the Amazon wish list.
Yep.
I don't do those.
People, I know you don't, but my whole family.
I don't adhere to that.
My mom, no. I'm like, what does Jennifer want for her birthday? Jennifer's my sister.
It's literally a transaction between companies at this point. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's auto-paying your light bill. I'm not doing it.
That's what happens. So my mom.
I might be an old little M word, but I'm not doing that.
My mom sends me my sister's wish list.
No, sir.
And then I'm just like, okay. And then I click buy now. And then I'm like, what are we doing here?
I'm not doing
You
that.
just send me what she put on her Amazon
I'm glad you
shopping
mentioned
cart
that.
and I bought it. I was like, this is a nothing.
Yes.
Well, let's do nothing
Yes,
then.
you
Let's
are.
make our own gifts for each other. Something. This is just nonsense.
Yeah, literally a kiss and a hug would be better.
There's that, and then there's the other way, which is being thoughtful.
That's hard.
And that's tough, too. So I'm either going to feel and suffer from I guess I'm just an errand machine who's just taking off a to-do list off of an Amazon wish list.
Yes.
Or am I going to sit there and be like, oh, God, what does she like?
Right.
I don't know what she like. She's crazy.
It's so hard.
But
Andrea reminded me, you'll be proud of me. I did a version of yours. We would get together for the family, and we would all just give each other. It'd be like I'd bring a gift card for somebody, and they'd bring me a gift card. I'd be like, we're literally just giving each other $20.
Right.
I looked at Andrew. I go, I'm not
Swapping.
doing this. I'm not getting him Home Depot, and he's getting me Lowe's. I'm not doing that. We're done. We're done with it. And then she talked to everybody, and then you know what? It was met with no friction whatsoever. Everybody's like, oh my God, we didn't realize. You know what? It's done. And they were like, you were right. We're done. And I was like, yes, thank you. So that's a little variation to you.
Well, that's why I like Chris. What is it? The elephant game, the Christmas elephant.
White elephant.
Oh, I used to play the elephant game.
That's why I like
The
that.
Christmas elephant is something different.
Yeah.
And then I hit her with the gold Christmas elephant.
You got to punch her in the back of the snout. Something. That's the whole thing.
Right in the Horton, here's a who.
It's got to be weird.
Okay.
Like when you walk, Jelly Roll walks in the door. White elephant.
Yeah.
Right? I got it. Like it's got to be hard for him. Got to be hard for him.
Here's the
Give him. What is it? Give me $1. Or what was the song? Something. I need help.
actually.
I'm
Give me
sad,
some-
depressed, and country.
Yeah, give me some help. I eat my boogers.
The problem is thinking about a thoughtful gift for everybody in your life.
Too
so
hard.
it's
It's too
impossible.
hard.
It's so
It's too
hard,
hard.
dude. When I don't,
Wife and son. That's all you got to do.
if
right?
Jesus was born and he knew about this, I would think he'd be a little upset. He's trying to get everybody to chill out, and now everyone, like, my ass is about to break out in acne via stress on.
Yeah.
And then to make things even worse, dude, my wife born in December. That's another topic. Shout out to all the December babies. Just know everyone doesn't like the timing either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the person that gets it, I know a couple guys that have that. They're like, kind of effed my Christmases every year.
Every year.
I got the jackpot one as a junior baby. I had like the 6-month like big ticket
Oh, there you
item.
go.
So it was like you could get a PlayStation for like your birthday and then get a game for Christmas.
twice
which is,
a year.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yep.
Can I give you another elf, audio elf thing?
Yeah.
I was actually sitting here while all of you were talking. I had a mini anxiety attack as audio elf because I thought to myself how horribly funny and terrible it would be if we lost this show. Yeah. So that would be awesome. I had a miniature heart attack. I had literally had a tiny heart attack. He sees me do it all the time, like, and then I come back into the show, and then I kind of act like I'm part of it again. But you guys saw me die and come back.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when you throw up at a party and you come back to the party feeling brand new.
Yeah. Give me that Miller Lite. I'm going back in.
Back to gifts. Also, I know some super thoughtful people. Andrea's kind of like this because she's always preparing.
Extremely thoughtful.
I'll generalize real fast. Women are so much better at gifts. They're so they you know why? Because they care and they remember and they're
give a
thoughtful. And now I'm over here like, let me just level grind in Diablo 4. You
got a new babe.
I have a baby. I don't think we're buying them anything.
But that nurturing quality, I bet you see her with him give. Like that's the thing, right?
Yeah,
that's
I
the
think,
gift. Like I think, not that even like women without children, I still think are far superior to men in gift giving. So there's still just something different in there.
Just better, far superior.
Have you gotten better?
I have to be on the same playing field as a lesbian, I think. So and that's a woman.
Technically, I win.
I got you boxing gloves.
That counts.
Got you.
I got you a tank of gas.
Yeah, you know what I will think of something like Crystal will say something in like June and be like, I want this. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
You write it down?
And then I go to my notes and I put the email myself, and then she'll end up buying it a month later anyway. And then I'm like, oh God, that was I should get a little micro credit for writing the idea down. And I get nothing.
So,
she bought it, and then that was a good one.
Okay, so
then now I have nothing.
You take a picture of the item. You send it to you mail it to yourself.
Okay, all right, yeah.
You have to do the old inventor's trick. You mail a picture of the item to yourself so it's postmarked. You do not open it.
Okay.
And then when she orders, let's just say she ordered a solo stove chimney.
And
it comes in. You go, and without an argument or anything, you go and you get your envelope and you hand it to her. She opens it and sees, and then you give her a hug and a kiss, and you're on the board.
And I thought of it first. I did think of this. So your happiness.
I support that.
I should get credit for this happy moment now.
Yeah. I'm with you, dude. If I can get my wife time-stamped emails for Christmas every year. No. Look at the date, though. See that? I cared.
I did it. I knew before you knew you wanted it.
Yeah, look at that.
Look, I'm a wizard.
And I listened.
Exactly. And I wrote it down.
I wrote it down. Look at the effort.
Oh, my wife is just literally going off on me in the chat room, and I'm like, I can't even defend myself. Like she's like, Tom can't remember to tell his wife he loves her. Not going to do that. Daniel buys himself his own S all the time. It's infuriating. He can't be patient. Get out of there. Get out of our chat room. Go to your job.
It's tough. Women are so much, and my wife dunks on Christmas every year. And then sometimes I try to get away with this. Like this was another topic, those like both way gifts where you're like, oh babe, look, I got you a PS5.
Yes.
They see right through it. They see right through it.
I did one of those that worked. The only one I've ever had work, Vitamix.
Oh,
nice.
It worked because Andrea loves smoothies in the mornings because she's always like doing her, or running or whatever in the morning. That one worked. Not a very good gift.
Okay.
I mean, it's a great blender, but it's not. I wasn't like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not special.
All right. I'm glad you brought this up because I got told about my Christmas gift 2 days ago. Because
do I know?
No, because Crystal was super paranoid that I wasn't gonna like it. Right.
Oh yeah.
And so then now she tried to pull me.
Isn't Christmas fun? Filled with paranoia.
Okay, please tell me you got the 50-piece Skibbity Toilet Deluxe set.
No,
Does she have stress acne as well?
Have you seen that? The 50-piece Deluxe Skibbity Toilet set at Target? I want that so bad. It's got 50 Skibbity Toilets inside.
Now, so my wife is also a thoughtful person.
Yeah, some would say one of the most thoughtful. She's a great party planner.
It's like giving Elon Musk credit for being a business genius. It's like it's your autism that's causing you to be so smart. So you can't just
causing
say
other things too.
Anybody could do this. Your brain is wired. I'm just saying,
you are wired away.
Women's brains are wired more emotional, so that makes them better gift givers.
Yeah,
you know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying?
I can't do it because
I'm a better gift giver than you because I'm more emotional. Is that what you're saying?
God made me to fight off, attack attackers, and it's not one attacker has attacked yet.
Yeah.
So I'm in the society. I'm useless.
Well, you have to be successful to be attacked.
No, I'm just saying, like, all my, how my brain works as a man is useless in this society. I don't have to build anything. I don't have to get food for my family.
Well, what was
Nothing.
your gift? What was your gift? Are you going to tell us?
Yes. And this.
Oh, dude, that was a pivot right there. That was like,
I haven't yet.
Yeah, I got it back on. I get like a little stick, and I go over to the jukebox, and then the lights flicker back on, and he's like, "All right." I'm like, "Well, what did you get her?"
I felt like I was rolling and just a come down hit me right there, dude. That was nuts.
We go with it now. We don't even try to not tangent. We just tangent, and then we figure you'll figure it out.
That felt like a 5 gum commercial.
You'll
dude.
figure it out.
You'll
get there.
That was special.
So she's like, I want to tell you what I got you, but so I'm like, just tell me whatever.
Is it something from Fair Villa? She get you a wedge?
Is it autism?
It's a guard. So
oh my God! I hope it's something running.
It's a gift that is like you described. It's a little for her too, and I'll explain because she's like, we watched the Ricky Gervais comedy special like maybe a month ago.
Okay.
I got you a Ricky Gervais fat suit of 90s Ricky Gervais.
And I mentioned,
I got you a wig of Ricky Gervais's new wave band.
I was looking at him. I was like, this special's a couple of years old. I'm like, he's getting up there in age. Like he looked old in the special.
Yeah,
so I was
but
like,
he's great, dude.
He is great. And I'm like, he may not be touring that much longer. And me and Chris have been thinking about like seeing people maybe that may not. This is their last couple tours.
Yeah, catching them in their prime.
Yeah. They saw Cosby a couple days ago. It was good, right? You liked it.
The eyes were awful.
It's hard. I was laughing a lot, but I closed my eyes so I don't have to look at his eyes.
I didn't even think about that, but Bill Cosby has some carp fish-esque eyes, dude.
Carp fish. That's good. I like that.
He's trying to steal my soul.
It's like right before he went on stage, somebody unzipped his head and blew smoke inside his head.
They are.
I'm like, could you imagine those eyes?
Oh my God! Imagine that leg on top of you. Oh my God!
His eyes
terrifying.
His eyes are now the second most important detail.
It's like having the real life horror movie Candyman lay on top of you.
I'm glad I'm unconscious.
That guy died too. Candyman died.
Yeah. Like, dude, he has the eyes of a Cocker Spaniel.
Remind me at the end of the year show for Tom and Dan to put Candyman in our forgotten.
Oh, God.
God bless you, Candyman. We lost him this year.
So I was saying it would be cool to see Ricky Gervais next time he's in the States. I don't know when he tours or whatever. Anyway, Crystal kept that in her mind because she's a woman and she thinks like they.
Yeah,
and then,
better, definitely better.
So she found out that Ricky Gervais is going to 2 locations, like California, New York, or whatever, and then she got me tickets to Radio City Music Hall for Ricky Gervais
awesome.
show and a family trip to New York City.
Where was she paranoid about this gift?
Yeah, I kind of knew about those two.
Well, I don't like cities. More of a mountains man.
Yeah. I mean, you can look at him and tell. I mean, this guy's like Chris Stapleton over here. looks like he's like, if he's not here, he's back porch. Trust me.
Yeah.
Now, with all that being said, I was like, she started describing the trip, and like she's like, I already planned it all out with Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. You're doing all this stuff. You're going to go eat a hot dog, get diarrhea.
I Heart New York shirts are on the way.
And then I'm like,
John Lennon glasses,
now,
Abbey Road.
I appreciate. I'm like, I like this. I'm like, it's cool. So we'll show the boys New York. If it was just me and Crystal, don't want to go with the boys. I'm like, I'll go, and then seeing Ricky Gervais would be cool. Anyway, but I'm like, well, this is good for her too. She likes this. Like
she probably likes it more than you do.
yeah. And then I was like,
way more for her, dude. This is like the equivalent of me buying Andrea a Tesla.
So
I'm like, here you go.
So
what do you think?
My argument is I should get credit for this gift to her, since my gift is also
I agree with that.
Right?
I actually agree with that.
So I shouldn't even have to get her anything.
Dude, it's not coming from her money. It's coming from your money.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying before everybody starts villainizing me.
Yeah. And by the way, we
slow down, everybody.
We've been married, so everything's 50-50. Yeah. Hey, we're going to have to split everything.
We're not splitting everything, or I'm killing everybody. That's not. We're not. We've been together so long. No, not Maisie.
Okay.
Not Maisie.
But the dog.
No, not the dog. not the dog. No collateral damage.
Yeah, actually, just his wife.
Just the wife. And me.
Maybe you'll
depends on if I puss out. I might puss out. Yeah. I always think I too.
You know what? I changed my mind.
The last thing I think about every night before I go to bed is like, would I do it? Maybe I'd stay awake.
Merry Christmas.
This is our Christmas crossover show with good sauce.
Yes.
But yes, the gifts.
My birthday, she got us. We went to Mexico, and I had that thought of like, all right, well, I guess. Your birthday gift is also taken care of, too, because we're both going to Mexico.
Yes.
Yes, double Mexico.
We both want Mexico.
Yeah.
We want to go.
If she just dropped you off at the airport and you went by yourself, that's different. You're going with me. You're doing the same thing.
But wait a minute. That would also be awesome. Like, if you just dropped me off at the airport and said, go to Mexico, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing I've ever been given. Can I get to just go to Mexico by myself?
That will happen one day. We'll drive
I'm on the run. I'm on the run.
Another great Christmas topic that we had was just shouting out to all the rich people neighborhoods that go. They have to. Oh, it feels like the HOA law is like, no, you have to care about Christmas.
Yeah, like Skeleton Man, like the guy that has all the skeletons in.
Just the
I forget what area of Orlando it is, but there's a rich man that has over like 400 skeletons that he sets up for Halloween. So for Christmas, I think he leaves them up, but then he just decorates them with lights.
Oh, sick!
It's awesome.
Is the money and how much effort this all is worth? Is it worth it?
You don't think so?
Like, do they get that much enjoyment out of people walking by and
they get that much enjoyment out of you knowing you can't do it because you're poor.
Yeah, like
it's a status thing.
Absolutely,
that's what we're talking about. Yeah,
100% a status thing. They flexing on some electricity and some colored lights. And then if you live in a neighborhood that has the lanterns, do you guys know about the lanterns? The little like brown paper bags with a light inside, so then the whole neighborhood.
I beve those are called luminaries.
Luminaries, thank you. Yeah. If you live in a neighborhood,
I know about them. Who's asking?
Yeah. If you live in a neighborhood with the luminaries, like your chances of getting robbed are very high because people want what you have. It's a different vibe in those rich neighborhoods when it comes to Christmas lights.
Dog, they got little bags of sand with tea lights in them, dog.
Oh, yeah, they got to have something good. It's a 75-inch TV
Exactly.
up in there.
You go in there and you rob the place.
And then you get wet bandited.
We were going to do that for...
A 75-inch TV is $200. It's not even worth it. And after you buy it, what is it? $89? So like, the used 75-inch?
What would you say, Ross, is you think, like, if you had to, like, in your opinion, give me what you think your best gift to your wife has been, what would you say it is?
That I've gotten her.
If you can say it. Like, it might be something super personal. I'm not trying to get in your business. I'm just saying,
Okay, so it's not the fragrance. I bought essentially a half gallon of perfume. That's dumb.
A lot.
That is a sizable amount of parfum.
It wasn't the small one either, so that one sucked. What is the best gift? Was one of the first gifts that I got her, which was a jaybird, like a blue jay necklace.
Okay, that's good.
I thought you got her a Jaybird sprinkler. That is
I got her an old Jaybird standard. You're not going to get a better sprinkler.
That's not a city man right there.
Yeah, and I didn't go Walmart brand. I went Jaybird.
What'd you get, half spray, 3/4? What? Tell me.
What's the girth on that spray?
First thing you're going to want to do is reach in there and take out that little environmental friendly little... take that out of there. We need to get all the flow.
I would say, though, God, see, even then, because she doesn't wear that necklace hardly anymore. And jewelry is one of those things that I feel like you can only hit that drum maybe like 4 or 5 times before you start getting the, oh, cool.
I'm asking my wife what my best gift I gave her was.
God,
and I want her to be honest, but I bet it'll be disappointing because...
What about the pants with your face on?
I did yoga pants with my face all over it.
That seems like a pretty bad one.
I did that one. I did... What else have I done?
There's a lot of times where you said you forgot.
I did. Yeah, I forget a lot.
Does that count?
Two Christmases ago, and especially like before we got married, I think it was the Christmas before we got married, I was like, I really got to show out to her family.
Yeah.
When you're in that step of the relationship, like, and now you're there with the family on Christmas, you're like, I got to put in work. I panicked, I stressed out, and I bought everyone knives.
Oh, come on. All right.
That's what rednecks do.
Yeah, dude, I didn't.
Pocket knives or like eating knives?
Pocket knives.
Oh yeah, that's what redneck old men do. They go to the flea market on methadone and they're wandering around.
Dude, I don't
and they're
know.
just buying. You buy like Confederate knives. You go and you give him 10 Confederate knives, and they give them to you, and then you take them and you just hand. And they're in little boxes, right?
A weird thing to get your girlfriend's family.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your weird knife boyfriend bought us all knives.
bought everyone
Hey, your
knives.
theater boyfriend gave us all knives.
And then
Is that a sign to we need to protect ourselves?
and then I kind of got showed up because then my father-in-law, who was notorious, and if he heard this, it's gonna be okay, but he is notorious for like the weirdest gifts.
All right, I like that.
Dude, he got me a kazoo.
Yes. Oh yeah, this guy's fun.
Yeah,
This guy's fun.
He got me a crossword puzzle coloring book. Like,
Yeah.
it's both crossword
He thinks
and
you're a
coloring.
joke. This guy thinks you're a joke, and I like it. The people in my family think I'm a joke too. I always get like I get like here's a toy for your little kid boyfriend, Andrea.
He bought me a tic-tac-toe set once.
Why don't you play tic-tac-toe in one of your damn fringe festivals there, Fringy? Hey, Fringy, here's some crosswords.
That's a passive aggressive slight there.
2 Christmases
Did
ago,
they get you a clown nose?
he bought me a straight up flea market sword.
Oh, well, that's
hold
cool.
on. That's a
back
great
in now.
gift. That's
I'm
a great
back in.
gift.
But when you
give me
unsheath it, you
can
realize,
break.
like,
Yeah.
dude, this is just a big ass knife. It wasn't
that's
like
right.
it wasn't a great sword.
Yeah, but immediately you can go outside, start chopping the trees. You know what I'm saying? If you give me a sword,
It's
I'm
really
gonna be
fun.
happy.
Yeah,
Like,
I love a sword
like-
of any quality level is a great gift.
Like like you give me a gift. Like, I go to Lowe's all the time. You give me a gift card to Lowe's, I'm gonna be more excited about the sword. Seriously,
Yeah, me too.
I can spend my money. Like
I will chop my gift cards with a sword.
yeah, because I'll immediately go outside with my sons and
Yeah.
I'll chop the nearest bush. I'll chop it. It'll break. I don't even care.
I mean, you don't even have to do much. You could just pose in front of the mirror naked with the sword. It's like cool because you're like, look at me, I'm He-Man. I'm Skeletor.
It got, the room had a huge big laugh because the sheath was like, I don't know, about 2 feet ish. I don't know, give or take. And then when you took out the sword, it was like just like a chode. It was like this small
There's an elevator button.
It was an elevator button sword, man.
I mean, it does sound like he's trying to make a fool out of me.
I want to give him this sword that appears as if it's a penis not filling out a condom.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's, every story you said is like a dinner for schmuck scenario.
We talked about this on the podcast. That will never be. Is that I love Christmas traditions. You know, that's what Christmas is filled with, tradition. So I started out a tradition of buying my wife a record every Christmas of some of the music that she listened to throughout the year. And then she has also a really fun Christmas tradition of never opening it until I do the next Christmas. It's another me just shooting blanks, dude. I've got nothing here.
I bought my mom a VCR DVD combo and her first DVD, which was Mel Gibson's What Women Want. And I came over what seemed like 30 years later, and the DVD was sitting on top of it in the same spot it was from Christmas 30 years ago, unopened. She'd never seen it. And I was like, wow, that's some commitment, man. Like,
this is not what this woman wanted.
I actually believe out of all the possessions I sold, I have that DVD because it's funny. Yeah, it's
what women don't want is this DVD VCR Mel Gibson combo.
Nobody wanted that.
So it is super difficult to come up with a thoughtful gift. But when you do have that one perfect thing, it always sucks when the other person doesn't think it's that thoughtful.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
I've done that too, yeah.
Where it's almost like I convinced myself it was thoughtful, even though it was on fringe thoughtfulness. It was like I talked myself into a joke, and I keep doing it at stand-up shows, and no one's laughing. I'm like, they don't know what's funny. And then I just keep doing it over and over.
Yeah, you're selling it.
And I think that's even worse because you're all excited, like, this time I got a thoughtful one. And then she's like, oh, okay.
Well, here's an ending one. Tell him about, in the chat room's requesting this, not me.
Oh, my God.
Tell Ross about the Red Bull.
Talk to me about this Red Bull.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. My wife always has liked soup, right? Okay, she likes soup.
You did not just buy a Red Bull.
And she likes the color red, right? So I went. First I
We're
went,
all third graders.
Now slow down. Are you keeping up? You might want to write a few of the clues down.
My wife likes soup, and her favorite color is red.
Well, what the hell did she expect? If that's her two things that I thought about, that she is part of her personality.
Blade gift-giving guide. If she likes red and soup, get her a ball.
Well, that's what thoughtful means, right? You tailor the gift around what the person likes.
And what else did you get her with a Red Bull?
Well, I got her that 70s show DVD box set. Because she watched that
and a
every once in a while.
red plastic soup bowl.
Yeah.
Did you put the DVD in the bowl?
Yeah.
I also got her
Spoon?
a frame. No spoon.
No spoon.
We have tons of those.
Use your hands, you bitch.
And I got her a frame that had this is all at Target in a panic Christmas Eve.
Oh, we know. We knew you didn't pre-order the bowl.
We know we didn't.
This is before the internet.
Just so you guys know, the bowl was a Kickstarter.
Are you telling
no
me
one had these?
You telling me the bowl wasn't a Black Friday?
This was pre-internet. Like, it was pre-ordering stuff. So Target, and then I presented to her the bowl, which I wrapped in newspaper because I didn't have wrapping paper, and everything. And again, I thought super thoughtful, like this is gonna get her wet. But I've been waiting to say that.
I know, yeah. I can see you licking your top lip.
And
you can say that on the radio.
Yeah, you can. You can say
Look
that.
at that.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't, then this bowl will. This bowl's gonna have cereal in it one day.
Here we go.
It did not have the effect that I wanted.
No.
She did not think it was that thoughtful, even though.
Does she still have it?
She does not still have it. Never even saw her use it, which is kind of a slap in the face, actually. Because I feel like if I got a bowl, I would be like, oh, at least I'll put some cereal
I'll
in
wear it as a hat.
Every once in a while, I'll be like, yeah, I got the thing.
I'll even use it to change the oil on my scooter or something.
Renato made me laugh on the episode that wasn't gonna happen because his girl asked for Harry Potter.
Yeah, so she asked for the Harry Potter DVD set. She's really into the movies. And I thought I would one-up her.
How old is she?
My girlfriend asked for some American Girl dolls. Fist bump.
We're
Hey, what's up, Matt Gates? Let's roll.
My girlfriend loves Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, but we're millennials, so
you're younger.
No, I'm a millennial.
Harry Potter is basically a deity.
I mean, truly, I've seen more. It's the #1 tattoo that I see on people your age.
The Deathly Hallows
are
one.
all Harry Potter tattoos. Like, it's out of control, man. It's I don't even think I ever realized before having a kid how big it is.
Yeah.
So you just got her the box set?
So she wanted the DVDs. I thought I'd one-up and try to be a little bit more thoughtful, right? And get her the book set instead. And she
Doesn't read.
I know that guy.
Too young.
You should have got her a DVD in a bowl.
Next year I'll get her the DVD in the bowl.
Castle-shaped bowl and a DVD set.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, this is Florida. The books are a downgrade for us. We need our stories in movie version.
You call them light stories.
Yeah.
I like the lights that shine in the stories in my eye.
But now we just read the books to each other. It's nice.
So what?
You read that off a card.
So you still have to record the show that's going to air tomorrow?
Yeah, we do.
All right.
And I do have some backup Christmas-y topics. Some of the most misunderstood Christmas characters will definitely be on that episode. There's so many. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, though, got into Fringe. We're doing Fringe again.
All right, dude.
So
Awesome.
I think it will probably be called 10 More Sketches. Love sketch comedy. We'll love doing it live. That's what I found out last year. I really think that the program is going great. Shout out to Mo DeWitt for being our title sponsor. I know that
Sorry, I'm obligated to play that.
Yeah, I like that.
I have to do it.
Well, we got to get one of those.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
And
Yeah.
if anybody does want to sponsor your show,
Yeah.
and by the way, the people that listen to Ross's show are super engaged, and a sponsor dollar put towards
Goes a
Ross's show
very long way.
goes, I
Yeah.
would say, way beyond any other dollar you could spend on
100%.
other, social media marketing. Like
Met
like,
some Ross listeners at the Mo Gatorland adventure.
I wanted to go to that. I saw you guys.
You were supported out there. You had your own listeners out there that came up and were saying things like, "Hey, man, it was really cool that Ross is after you." And I'm like, "Look, that was a home run from our perspective." We're like, "This is amazing." So you were represented out there.
So
man.
how can people contact you if they want to sponsor?
You can go to rosscomedy@gmail. Send an email. My wife does all the sales. I think you guys are probably you feel similar, and
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
sure
family
you-
business.
Yeah, it really is.
100%.
And if you don't sponsor the show, my son starves. So it's one of the.
And I met him. I met him, Tom.
This is
Oh my God, he's so adorable.
Yeah, I got a cute baby.
It's the age I like too, where they're like not.
Yeah.
They're like just
little
becoming
dolls.
Yes, and I miss it. Like now I have opinions and back talk and and I'm done basically with Maisie. Like I am officially done with Maisie.
And then also this Saturday, I'll be out in Sanford at Theater West End, and you can get your tickets at rosscomedy.com, which, by the way, writing jokes, telling jokes as a dad hits so much harder pre-having a kid, because now, pursuing comedy, having another new set of lungs depend on it, of like, if these jokes do not work, hopefully I'm not a crazy delusional performer. And also it helps when your son is born on September 11th, because the jokes write themselves.
Oh my God, yeah. You'll have a better day now.
And my wife, remember, born on December 7th, Pearl Harbor. My house is filled with American tragedies. That's what's happening.
You know what? You're in good company. Andrea, October 7th.
Okay.
That was the big Israeli the massacre.
Oh.
Mine, June 12th.
And?
That's Poltz.
Oh.
I feel you, dog.
Okay, so maybe it's just like this time slot thing on Real Radio.
You feel weird going out and cheering for your birthday on those nights, so I just refuse to do it.
But
No need.
Throughout
There's no need.
human history, I bet we could find a massacre every single day. You know what I'm saying?
I looked up July 21st, my birthday. I think the man walked on the moon.
Oh, that's dope.
That's what I got.
That's dope. I used to have just George W. Bush was born, and I'm like, yeah, that's kitschy, that's funny.
Did anything crazy happen on my birthday, January 6th?
Yes.
You got a good one. This guy's dry. I love it. I love him so much. He's my favorite.
You know what? Nico's.
Yeah, I like a
he got
Nico.
the
We need a
goods.
Nico, dude.
Yeah.
Can you find us a Nico?
Another white guy with a beard? That's hard to find.
My goal for Good Sauce was that I grabbed the funniest person that I've ever met and worked with in Joel Warren. And then I grabbed the most likable person that I've ever met in Nico Renato, put microphones in front of their faces, tried our best to pretend that there are no microphones, because when we've had those conversations in the past, the hardest I've ever laughed was with Renato in the middle of a parking lot walking back to the car. The funniest stuff I've ever made was with Joel Warren, as we call it jokes and smokes. I'm not going to spoon feed that. I think you guys get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, and then, so it's been an unbelievable time. It's been a blast recording these 34 and a half episodes so far, and I look forward to recording another episode. It's so much fun.
Dig it.
Well, we've got a little bit of a different motto here at T&D Media.
Yeah.
We find the most annoying person that you could possibly listen to and give them a sports and nerd bit.
Yeah. We weaponize our annoying friends. And then
who would people hate the most?
Yeah, and then people write us and say, like, you need to stop doing that. And I'm like, no, you can't
That's
stop
fuel
it.
for us.
Why? Okay, I know his name is slipping.
EJ.
EJ.
We call him Big Fat EJ.
So he would do a lot of comedy back in the day, and he would always make me laugh.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. So I would see him at like either a showcase or an open mic like years ago, but he was always wearing like cargo shorts and Pokemon going his face off.
He's a real loser.
That's what
you know who we're talking about. Yeah,
your product we like to put out.
I'm sorry, EJ, for forgetting your name, but just know
old cargo shorts.
He has made me laugh, and then like a Hawaiian shirt as well.
Well, he's a boogaloo boy, and then extremely far right.
So he's got like he basically has the vibes that he would hide dino DNA in a Barbasol can. Right?
Yeah, he's a Newman.
He's Jurassic Park Newman. But he plays Pokemon Go.
And he still does.
Take that, EJ.
He'll be playing it tonight live on Twitch. You can watch it. There's nothing sadder to watch while you're eating dinner.
All right, we gotta go. Yeah, we will see you in a minute.